This is a clever dripper, and I have absolutely no idea how to use it in order to make a brew. So I thought what I was going to do is create a video of me probably looking like a Wally in designing a brew recipe for a clever dripper and letting you know about it. So here goes. Right, first of all, let's unbox it and see what's inside. So we have some instruction. Ooh, great, some instructions, fantastic. It'd be stupid not to use those. It looks like a lid, a brewer, and some filter papers. Okay, so the filter papers will tell me about what possible grind size. I feel like this function will tell me exactly how I should approach it, but I still have no idea how to brew with a clever dripper. Never mind, let's just disengage all of these bits and see exactly what they do. That I'm assuming is a lid, and that's probably some base of some description, and it looks like you stick that on top of something. Okay, let's get some coffee and let's have a go at brewing. Now, before I get started on just brewing, I'm going to be a clever guy and I'm going to read the manual, and what I'll do is I'll read the manual out to you too. So, instructions for use from Mr. or Mrs. Clever Dripper. Prepare and place the filter paper inside of the clever dripper. Pour in the hot water to pre-warm the apparatus and wet the filter paper. Grind coarse to medium. Use temperature of between 90 and 96 degrees Celsius. The suggested coffee ground and water ratio is 1 gram of coffee to 18 or 20 grams of water, or somewhere in between. Steeping time of 2 to 4 minutes, etc. Now, steps for extraction. So I'm assuming this is how to use. Add the coffee grounds into the dripper paper and pour in the hot water with your chosen brew ratio. Place the dripper on a cup or a pot and let the coffee drain down automatically. Once finished, lift the dripper off and the liquid will release and stop instantly. There we are. Okay, let's get at it. Right, here goes. So I'm going to fold my filter paper because why not, right? That's what I do with a V60, so why not do it with a clever dripper? Yeah, that seems to work. Okay, so number one, fold your filter paper. I'm going to wet the filter paper because that's great for removing paper taints. So that's all good. I'm just going to let that sit for a minute. That will heat up the plastic. It will also begin to remove some of those paper taints. Paper's washed, the brewer's heated up. Now to add coffee. I'm going to use 500 ml of water and 27 grams of coffee. So that's 1 to 18 as a brew ratio. So I'm just going to pour my 27 grams of coffee in. Cool. Next, I'm going to tare it and I'm going to jiggle it. Why not jiggle it? And timer. Can't do a timer because it's on my phone, but I'll do 4 minutes. Let's get pouring and take this up to half a litre. So 1 to 18, 27 grams, half a litre. I've used an EK43 as the grinder. I have used setting number 7. Means nothing to most people because it's an old EK. Timer started, could have done it on here. I'll probably wait for 4 minutes. Why not 4 minutes, right? This is the first time I've ever brewed it. Let's start with 4 minutes. I'll be back. 4 minutes is up. Now it's time to put it on top of this carafe, and apparently it automatically drains. So let's have a go. Wowzers! Hey, that's a bit cool. Okay, that drains pretty quick as well. Interesting. There's a super nice color to that. So I look forward to drinking this. Nearly finished. Have I got enough room in my carafe? That's a pretty nice flatbed. I'll show you some of this in a minute. Brew is nearly over. That's drained, so let's get this on the side. Rah, that is a full carafe of coffee already. Should we have a pour? Voila. Okay, so a really nice orange hue. Now, I've chosen the washed Rwandan that I have on the portfolio at the minute, which is Karambi. I know the expectations in flavor profile, and therefore one hopes that my palate will be able to see exactly where we're at with the brew, whether I need to go finer or coarser on the grind size. So let's have a quick taste. Smells pretty good. All the aromas that I would expect. There's a treacle note. There's some dark chocolates in there and some berries, like some winter berries almost. Okay. Lots of sweetness, very clean and crisp. It's delicious. Absolutely delicious. Treacle, purple fruits, stone fruits. There's a touch of grapefruit in there. All the things that I would expect from this coffee. How could I improve that? I don't know, to be fair. This is the first time I've ever brewed on this apparatus. I've got no idea what its flavor profile would be. So, a little synopsis. It is a filter brew because the coffee, the liquor, is passing through a filter paper. So I'm expecting a degree of cleanliness on that basis, but it's also a full immersion as well, where the water is in contact with the coffee grinds for some period of time without any filtration. So you get all the sweetness and that type of extraction happening with the full immersion, but the cleanliness of a filter. So interesting. Like I said, I've never brewed with this before. I don't think I've ever even tasted coffee through a clever dripper before. Smells divine. Really quite delightful. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my fancy refractometer just to test how well I have brewed this. I'll come back. Now the reading is 1.17. So I'm going to transfer that into my Coffee Tools app and let you see the results. So that's an extraction yield of 21.92%, which is high, still in range of that 18 to 22% if this is what you're after. And is super tasty. So the numbers tell me it's tasty, my palate tells me it's tasty. How could I improve this going forward? Well, of course, I should address different grind sizes. So I've used 7 on my EK, I could go down to 6.5. I'd expect my extraction yield to go up, but I'll be able to taste greater texture. I could go from 7 to 7.5, so go coarser, and my extraction yield will be different. Texture will be different, fruit composition will be different, but it'll be a way for me to be able to feel my way through this brew apparatus. But that's stunning. I can't really fault it. It's so clean, it's so juicy, and it's so fruit forward. And for the first time I've ever used this brew apparatus, it's clean. Like, I can pop this in the bin now. The liquor looks great. It's pretty tidy and neat. So I think I'm going to put this on our portfolio for you guys to buy. Anyway, there we have it. How to brew on a clever dripper. First time brewing, finger in the wind. Has this been useful? I've no idea. Let me know in the comments below or through other means, and maybe I will come up with other brew methods based on other things that we have. The Harrier dripper, why not? How about a cafetiere? But I think I've done one on a cafetiere. Anyway, until next time, cheers.